going to be really weird riding loads of different bikes, I think. This is going to be weird. Hey everybody, how's it going? I've come up with what is possibly the worst idea I've ever had. Come down to the track at Portreath with my little boy. Saturday afternoon, fairly still, not too much wind. Storm has passed, sun's out. I brought 4 different bikes with me. Already it feels weird riding this after riding the gravel bike this week. But that's what the fun's about, isn't it? One full powered e-bike, the Lapierre TR 5.6 eZesty, which I've forgotten the motor and the battery for. Mike is bringing that down in a minute. So half powered Fatsu motor. Then I have the cross-country mountain bike, which I haven't ridden since June the 6th when I fell off it up at Woody's Bike Park in the Nationals, or the National Cross Country Series. And then finally the gravel bike, because why wouldn't you bring a gravel bike to a jump track? I'm going to ride them around. It's going to be a bit of fun. This could be indeed the most pointless video I have ever made. I'm going to dress exactly the same and ride exactly the same equipment for all the bikes. So that's fully clipped in because I don't have 4 sets of flat pedals. Just makes more sense that way. Got to set up the full powered e-bike first, put the front wheel in, pump up the shock, ready to go. Adjust the tyre pressures. He's already going around. You can see him up there having the time of his life. Most of this will be on the chest cam, so you get a good idea of what the track's like. It is genuinely one of the most enjoyable things on a bike. It all rolls so well, mega fast, just seriously good fun. I say that now. We'll see what it's like after riding the cross-country bike and the gravel bike around with the saddles up in the air. You all warmed up?
Yeah.
Good. All I got to do is blow up my shock and I can go as well. Okay. YouTube, you're yet to see this one, but this has been the ultimate concussion recovery machine. Full video on it coming soon. Full powered Bosch motor, Gen 4 motor, properly powerful, seriously fast, seriously good fun. If it wasn't for that bike, probably wouldn't have ridden that much over the last 6 to 8 weeks. Right, full power. Never actually jumped this one. Headwind. Feels very different to the eZesty. Big and heavy, but super stable. It's a very different feeling to the eZesty, which I spent a lot of time doing this sort of thing on. It's just heavier, so it feels a little bit more vague, no less fun. It does carry speed well, like properly well. And it's got loads of power. Emtb being my favourite mode. Ah! I actually snapped the chain this time. And since we're waiting for the eZesty battery, next up is the bike I've not ridden since I got concussion. Forgot how fast this is, Buzz. What are you doing? It feels nervous. First time for nearly 2 months. But it feels ridiculously quick. It's like a road bike. It's so responsive. Like a proper race bike, this thing. It's so ridiculously rigid.
Comment down below if you think I have a steady hand. Woo!
It was a big confidence knock the day I fell off this one. However, it was not the bike's fault. I just need to go and get used to riding it again.
Yo!
Not sure this is the line for that. So good. Oh, I made it through there at least, without knocking the camera. It's just a very spindly bike compared to the full power e-bike, which is just silky smooth and I suppose like a motorbike in some ways. But then the fact that you can just go over those jumps carrying that speed without trying shows how good it is. Right, favourite section. See, dab of the brakes. That doesn't normally happen there. Two bikes into this now. Obviously the full powered e-bike. It's nice to see that a habit of the lifetime hasn't been broken. Still snapping chains. I was trying quite hard, I was pedaling hard at the time, so it's happened ever since I was young. Partly due to maintenance, partly due to no mechanical sympathy, partly due to sprinting as hard as I could. Stopping for a drink. Sweltering is the word. You enjoying it?
Yeah.
Is it the best place to ride?
Probably.
It's good fun, isn't it? This, Woodies in Cornwall. We've not been to Old Hill yet, have we?
No.
We need to go there sometime soon. They're probably the 3 best spots for off-road riding. It's a big change coming off an e-bike onto a spindly, lightweight cross-country bike. Like there's a difference of 15 kilos between the 2 bikes for a start.
It's not really cross-country, it looks like just like a normal bike you'd ride.
What, my mountain bike?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is a cross-country bike. Proper race machine. Not,
Race machine as well, how dare you?
not a race winning machine, sadly. Not with me on it. Those days are well behind us, I suspect. No, it's good fun. Stands up to it well. It's properly precise, you can point it exactly where you want to go, whereas with the e-bike being that little bit heavier, it's slightly less precise, slightly more vague, but that's partly because I've never jumped it and I'm completely not used to it, whereas I was unbelievably confident on that one before I threw myself into the floor. So we're waiting for the battery and the motor for the eZesty. My fault for leaving it on the charge button, plugged in, but that is the next. The cross hill. Quite nervous about that, but I think it will be potentially the most fun, just for the novelty factor. We're going to get a drink, have something to eat maybe, wait for the batteries to turn up, and get going on the cross hill. How you feeling? Good filming?
Good. Thanks.
Nothing too surprising or unexpected to be learnt so far. Cross-country bikes are not as confident at jumping as big heavy e-bikes. That's probably logical. That e-bike has a slightly slacker head angle than the cross-country bike, slightly more travel. It's a little bit heavier, meaning it's, well, a lot heavier, 15 kilos as I said before, meaning it's more stable in the air. And the cross-country bike has a saddle all the way up. If you've ever tried to jump with a saddle at your full saddle height, you'll know it's just not as confidence-inspiring as having a dropper post. That said, I really wouldn't, at this stage, get rid of the rigid post in that bike, because on the whole, the events that I want to do and the events that we've done on the cross-country bike so far, they don't really warrant it. So they're resting, still waiting for the battery. Let's get on the gravel bike, hang this one up, get gravelling. Right then, what do you reckon is going to happen on this?
Oh my.
I'm nervous. You can follow. S-burn first. We'll ease into it because I'm genuinely quite nervous. Let's ease into it. Oh, first jump. Oh, that was a nasty landing. That is so sketchy. So rigid. It's really hard to judge the speed because it's quite a lot lower and it just feels more just rigid. But it's making me smile. Right, if I'm going to fall off, at least I got an audience. Yeah. Right, hoods are better. Turns out the hoods are better for jumps. And it is gravel. Here he comes, we'll chase him down. Chase him, get him. Oh. Gonna catch you. I'd like to chase you again, I think. That was good fun. It's so much fun. Oh, I nearly went off the back of it then. It's so sketchy. See, I prefer the drops. Oh, smashed the camera. And I'm scared to jump this line. Oh, that's good. Yes! Don't be taking him. Oh, bit of a case. Oh, that's so sketchy. I can't believe we made it around there. Smile machine, jump bike, gravel bike, every bit as sketchy and scary as you can possibly imagine with my level of jumping skill. But the novelty, the fun factor, and the looks on other people's faces, more than makes up for it. My arms are shaking, my heart is pounding because it's genuinely that scary. But it's competent if you have a modicum of skill. Crosswind with aero wheels though, not so much fun. As petrifying as that is in the gravel bike, it's so much fun just for the novelty factor. Like, there's no way that you should be able to ride that bike. Well, no, there is a way, but it's just silly. It's not built for that. I know it's a gravel surface, but it's not built for doing jumps, and the fact that it's a proper challenge is good fun. With the cross-country bike, it was scary in a way that I hadn't expected, probably because I haven't ridden it for a long time. Whereas this one, it's just a pure novelty. So much fun.
I don't know what I did that.
I lost all speed!
It's obviously crazy sketchy with me riding it. If someone was really good, I'm sure it'd be much more impressive to watch, but I've just thought to myself, or said to Mike out loud, that I can come here and I can do that on this bike. Equally, I could go out and train on it properly, stick a power meter on it and do proper road rides, road wheels, road tyres. There are not many bikes that you could do all of that with, and I think that is exactly what the appeal about these things is. They really are go anywhere, do anything type of machines. It's just a massive novelty to ride, and it makes me really happy. Like, I'm scared, but I'm happy. But the last bike, and the one that's most familiar on this sort of terrain, the eZesty. It'll be a bit of a juggling act to get it out, but that's the one that I feel most comfortable on doing this sort of thing. It's probably the one that's most designed for it. Those two are definitely trail stroke cross-country days out. This is definitely predominantly a road bike, I suppose, but again, amazing. But yeah, eZesty, long travel, silky smooth, mega confident. I think I'll feel a little bit safer, especially in the crosswind and with my ability. Also, what a test for the wheels. If they're standing up to me, casing every single little jump around here, they must be pretty decent. I think this will be the first time I've ever ridden 4 bikes in one ride as well. Oh, it's a motorbike now. Ridden much less than normal here. So far, 11.2 kilometers, whereas recently I've been trying to do the full 3-hour session, so around 30 kilometers of fairly relentless pump, jump. Definitely a little bit out of touch with it at the moment, but that's all right. And even though I've ridden less, It's been quite a fun experiment trying to ride 4 different bikes around one different track. One different track, one same track. Can't speak, you can see how hard I'm trying. Straight through the trees. It's light, but not too light. It's stable, but not vague. I've learned absolutely nothing, but I had a lot of fun doing it. Oh, a bit deep. What a venue, what a place to come and progress your skills. We've done 4 bikes, 1 track, 19 kilometres, a little bit less than normal. How do you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it a lot.
Good.
Some of the boys there were actually like riding with me, and it was so enjoyable like that.
You had a proper little train of you guys going, didn't
Yeah.
you? Tag along.
I think the GoPro just didn't want to work at the end.
GoPro ran out of battery, only a couple of % left on the second battery as well. Unsurprisingly, the most enjoyable bike is the one that's kind of designed for it. The others, it's the novelty factor of that gravel bike that made the enjoyment just silly. It's still capable. You can still ride it on the road, you can still ride it off road. Just bikes. Bikes are fun. That's kind of the whole point of this video.
Things ever.
Best things ever. If you have a bike, you'll never be bored, and it doesn't matter what type of bike it is, you're going to